My name is Shirlene Pollard. I live in Pasadena, California. I was the mother of 10 children and I think 25 grandchildren and 15 or 14 great-grandchildren. I was born in New Orleans and raised in a small town called Fenton, Louisiana. I didn't come straight to Pasadena. My sisters came, one of the older sisters, and brought me to California. At first it was in Richmond, California, in San Francisco and Oakland. And then I came to visit my aunt in Hollywood, and I liked her, and I asked could I come and live with her. And she said, if your sister don't mind, you can. So then, that's my grandson. And then I stayed with her, and I've been here ever since. At Friendship Baptist Church on Dayton and DeLacy, the oldest black church in Pasadena. Well, I got to figure that up because he died, and I was 36. And I was still young, 36 or 38. And if he was living, I would have been married 53 years, or 54, when my son turned 53. I was 1 year before he was born. So it's 54 years this year. But he's been dead for 34, 35 years. Yeah, but he left us provided for, or we could manage. And I'm good at managing money. That's one thing. And I didn't have to ask nobody for nothing. But all the family used to visit us a lot when he was alive. But when he died, I guess they thought maybe we might ask for some help. But we did it as a family together. Helped each other. And when my husband first died, we had Bible study. I had Bible study with all my kids. And I said, we're going to have Bible study at 6 o'clock. If you're not home, call on the phone and ask them, can you listen till the Bible study is over? Because you didn't make it home, but you still have to hear. And they would do it. And it was nice. But then the devil got in me, I'll say. And they started bringing their friends, and I got angry because there was too many kids coming. And I said, I didn't do that for these kids. I did it for my children. And that wasn't right. Because it was wrong what I did. Then no more Bible study. But if God said that, none of us would make it to heaven. If he said, I only can take the ones that stay with me all the time and stick by me. But if he give you a blessing to help others, you should try to help them. We never had to ask the county or nothing for nothing. And I worked. Because when my husband was alive, you know them old men from the South, they don't want their wives to work. I didn't work. I stayed home. But how could you work when you have that many kids to take care of? Because if you had a babysitter, you would be giving all the check to the babysitter. So I stayed home with my children and cooked 3 meals a day and kept my house spotless. It was spotless all the time. You didn't even know I had children the way it was so clean. And my husband used to honor me and say, you know, with a wife like you, I never have to pick up the phone and say I'm bringing the boss over or something and be afraid that the house wouldn't be clean. It was always, anytime I pop up, it was spotless with company. So that was good. And he used to play, I was his shining star. And I told kids when I died, I played that at my funeral. They said, ooh, people ain't gonna, I don't care what people like. That's what I was, his shining star. But I want to be Jesus' shining star. I want to live for Jesus now. Well, my husband spoiled me. He paid all the bills. He took the kids shopping. When he died, it was so pitiful. I didn't know how to do nothing. I didn't know where to pay the bill. I had to call, where you pay the light bill? Where you pay the... And they told me. Then my niece that I raised here, she showed me how to open a checking account and a savings account. And that's how I started doing that. And I started driving. And I worked after he died. And I enjoyed working. I enjoyed working at the convalescent home, helping those old people, bringing joy to their life, to see them happy when they thought they give up on life because they was in. I said, there's no reason to give up. There's still life in you, so you live and enjoy yourself. Oh, yes. Because I was able to do things that I enjoy doing, not what he want me to do. You know, back in the day, if you wanted your tubes tied or anything, you couldn't do it without the husband signing the permission of. And I didn't. Well, I had an older husband anyway, because a lot of people used to tease me and say they thought it was my dad or something. But I did that because I didn't want a lot of children. I thought he was finished, but he fooled me. We had lots of kids, but he was a wonderful father, and he took care of all of his children. He had 3 wives. The first one died in childbirth, her and the baby. And the second one, she's dead, but she died afterwards. And then me, three sets of families. And he took care of all his 14 children. He had 14 with the 3 wives. And those children love me today as if I was the real grandmother. No difference. But if I count them, I have hundreds of grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great. But I just don't write it down. Yes, the boys, they smoked little drugs and gave me a headache, and the girls spoiled them rotten. But I probably was a mean mother at times because I had a filthy mouth after my husband died because I was angry. And I thought cursing was the way. But that wasn't the way. If I was praying and I'd have kept praying, what a wonderful family we could have been to Pasadena and Altadena, to know that these children was raised by a Christian mother. But I was an angry mother. And I was young. We grew up together, me and the children. I was like a big sister. Well, I was pretty back in the day. And they would call me their big sister. And had a nice shape, 36, 24, 36. But now I learned how to appreciate things. To see a smile on their face. Or just to hear them come in here. Hello, Grandma, how are you today? You need any help? The doctor said I have Parkinson's. But there's nothing they can do now. I go to the doctor and they say, we can't help you with the pain or nothing. But they said that. Jesus didn't tell me that. When he said, my body's healed, I will believe him and not them. There's always a family function like this today. That's what it is. Her daughter, her last child, is going to prom tonight. And she's going to graduate. And they didn't think she would make it because she messed up. But this child made up all her grades. Night school, day school, after school, everything. She made it up. And now she's going to graduate. That is a great blessing. To see her come from them to be a 4-point something. We all pull together as a family. And the only way you can make it is being a family and loving each other and respecting each other and trusting each other and helping each other. But if you turn against your family, oh, that's terrible. But the greatest thing I like to talk about is black man. And black people have accomplished so much for us to be where we are today. And people don't realize that, what they went through. Torture, hanging, whippings. Man take their wife out of the bed and make a baby with it and bring it back, and he got to take care of it. That's where the mulattoes come from. The master messing with the man's no respect. But if you give a black man a chance, they can do something wonderful. Just like President Obama. They don't give him a chance. Everything he's do, they want to veto it. But they put him in there. Why did you put him in there? Well, they put him in there to use him. Make people think that they really care. Oh, yes. But they didn't bother me. But what I see him do to other people, it hurt me. Because when I was coming up, they took me for a white girl back in the day. Hair down here. Baby, you can't sit in the back of the bus. I said, why? No, you have to sit here. So like a fool, I go sit up there. Baby, you can't go in the back of the restaurant. You got to come here. And then sometimes I start using that and being funny to my own sister. You got to go in the back with your nappy hair, and I can go in the front with your straight hair. See, that's all it was. And I could get a job when a girl was well educated, with all education, because I was pretty and fine. He'd do the work for me, if I was fool enough to be in his office. I didn't have to go to bed like a lot of people do. They wanted me to be in their company with them. But it took a lot to learn what I learned now. Because now I know that if you want anything, and you can have anything you want in this world, but you got to work at it. You can't just hope and wish you get something. You got to put all your efforts. You got to work to have a good marriage. You got to work to have good children. You got to work to have good grandchildren. Work and appreciate and thank God for everything he gives you. I was angry when I retired. And I thought I was going to travel a lot, because I used to travel a lot. And I thought I'd take my daughter and we'd go places. But I got sick and I can't go nowhere. It hurts me when I can't wash a bowl or a dish or something. People don't understand. I get so angry because I can't push a broom or something. But when I can do it, oh my God, they have to say, sit down, sit down. That's enough. But I don't understand. But I thank you, and I hope that God bless you, and keep on pulling for our race. They need people like you to help them. You know, if these old people, like they say, let's go to the senior citizen and help, they're not trying to help the children. They're just trying to help themselves. We could have better children if we understand. But for all the thing they want to say, oh, I can't fool with that kid. That's a bad kid. Ain't no such thing as bad kids. They do bad things. But if you help them, they would be much better. There was a lady in the church. In Friendship, a girl came. Well, she didn't know no better because she never been in church. She was on the street, and she was trying to change her life. She came in with a little short dress. She said, did you see what that little nasty woman had? Now, that's not the way to do it. You've been a Christian, and you've been in that church for, I'll say, 100 years. Or so many years. And you're going to talk about this child. All you do is call her to the side and say, baby, if you need help, I'm willing to help you. That's not the way to dress when you come to church. Let me show you how you're supposed to dress and be a lady. But talking about her like that was wrong. And one time there was one in there, she said, I'm not paying no tithes because the preacher he take the tithe and do. I said, look, you're paying the tithes because the Bible said to pay 10%. You ain't paying it for the preacher. Now, if you think the preacher needs your money, get out of the church and stop paying the tithes. I used, that flipping mouth always was telling somebody something. I'd tell my boss. My boss used to say, Shirlene, look at yourself in the mirror. Stop saying the words you say. I said, oh, nigga, please. Everything was like that. And he said, Shirlene, I asked you not to say that word. Oh, no, I told you I ain't going to say it no more, nigga. Now leave me alone. But my boss was so sweet and loved me and respected me and liked me the way I handled the patients. So I practiced not. That was worse than cursing. Because I call anybody and everybody a nigga in a minute. I didn't mean no harm. It was just that old southern word. Because sometimes I might slip every once in a while and say that now. Didn't I tell you to leave me alone, nigga? Go on about your business. But it's not that I hate blacks. Not that I hate whites. Not that I hate gays. Because look to me like they're trying to push Jesus completely off the world like he never existed. But they're giving recognition to all these other things. And praising them. They said they was going to put a black woman on a $20 bill. Everybody fighting about that. Why? Take that man off of there and put her. Ain't none of them did what he did. You don't know what he did. You're just reading the history. And the same with God. You see what he did. Miracles and everything. But they still. Let me tell you something. If God give you another chance and he turn you around, appreciate that and stay turned around. And ask him to fill you with the will to do his will. But I didn't do it. There was a bunch of children over there dying, overdose, right here in Pasadena. And he told me, a voice, and go over there, bring your Bible and talk. I ain't going to talk to them crazy kids. I don't care. Let them kill themselves. Them niggas do that every day, I say. But I didn't do what God said. And one died, maybe 2 years ago. And he used to come every Mother's Day and see me. And it hit me when I say, you should have did what God asked you, go talk to him. I don't see him, so I said, Mama, I love. He would come, he's so loaded with alcohol and stink so bad, make you say, but the joy of him coming and respecting me enough to say, Mama, I had to come see you before I leave, Mama Pollard. Mama Pollard, everybody love you in this Pasadena and Pasadena. Mama Pollard, if you die, Woods and Valentine ain't going to be able to hold all the people that's going to be there for you. Can you imagine my 10 children, their wives, their husbands, and okay, that's 20. And then they gonna bring friends, and their friends bring friends. That's why the church will be full. But I didn't know that children love me like they do and respect me the way they do. But I'll say one thing for my boys. Whatever you did around there, you better not bring it to my house because they wasn't going to have it. You're not going to disrespect my mama like that. Now, they can do it, say the bad things, crush you and get mad, but they wasn't letting nobody else come do it to me. I give them that. And they ask me, will you marry again? No, I ain't marrying nobody. Because I'll never find a man like I had.